in the valley of hope. There's a river that seeps through our soul, where dreams turn to clouds, and the ocean steadies the flow. Feel release in the mountain peaks, where the earth speaks in tones. Day fades to dusk, yet the stars ignite, guiding us on our way home. In the valley of hope, there's a river that seeps through our soul.
Yo guys, what's up? Welcome on to a bit of a late last minute stream here tonight on the Chill Out Flight channel. I wasn't going to stream tonight because I was going to plan on having a chill out night and watch the Newcastle match, but however, seeing as we now have this Beluga, I did want to give it another fly tonight. So I've tried it out once earlier on today, and it didn't go quite to plan. So I thought if anyone is up for a laugh for the hour before the Newcastle match does start, before I go and watch that, I thought, well, let's have a little mish out, and it's just down to Gatwick. It's got a long runway. It's a nice little flight. We'll go and set it up. We'll get it cracking and see what kind of damage we can do down there. But like I said, I literally bought this morning. I saw that it was on sale. If any of you have X-Plane and want the Beluga, then it is on sale until tomorrow from the Individuals website for $9.99. If you want to go get it, it's well worth it. It should be nearly 50 quid, I think. But yeah, $9.99 until tomorrow, I believe. So yeah, well worth going to grab it. Just set that overlay. But yeah, we're going to check it out. We've got the UPS livery on just for the one that came with it. You can download. There's loads of other ones to download. We are at Newcastle. It is live time, live weather, and we'll go and get it set up and see what it's all about. Slightly different, even though it isn't Airbus. Obviously, it's slightly different systems. We need to go and do some bits and bobs with the McDo, as we normally used to. But yeah, we're going to give it a try out. I did absolutely dump it into Gatwick earlier on. I will show you. Where's it gone? It is here. You have arrived, have I? Somewhere. If we look at the flight I did earlier on, this one. Look at that landing rate. It's 957. So yeah, it didn't go well. I did get it down though, so I mean that wasn't too bad. But I did find out what the issue was. There was an issue with the rudder pedals that were trying to cause it to go off cock when I took the autopilot out. So we'll nip in the airplane. I'll put you in the full screen. We'll nip in the flight deck and have a quick look at the crack and what is going on. It is, like I said, rather different to what we're used to. Definitely different to anything else we've flown. So we'll go and get it set up. We'll go and turn some stuff on, if I can remember what to do. I think what I have to do, I have to go on battery 1, 2 and 3. There's no external power, so we need to go into the fly pad and go to here, ground ops. Oops, not ATIS. Go to ground ops. We'll go to ground services. We'll get the external power. That way we can jump back on the overhead. And we go and click that. There's the external power coming on. And we'll go and we'll turn on the APU as well. We'll give that a second and we'll start that up. We'll go and turn the APU gen on as well, and Gen 1 and Gen 2, and we'll nip up a bit further up and go and align the IRS. Oh, I've already got them in nav. That's alright, that's good stuff. So there's the IRSs. We'll do that. And what else we need to do? Brake fan, if installed. Yo, Dr. Moose, buddy. Welcome along. So yeah, we're going to go and give this a try out. We do have working terrain radar. We got all kinds of other stuff to have a quick look at. And all that good stuff. Yeah, so this could be quite interesting. If you want to come along for a laugh, don't expect anything too spectacular from this flight tonight. But what we can do is, it does have, if we grab these two screens and pop them out, if I put them somewhere where you can see them, one there and one just here, we can go and have a look and get the, it does work with SimBrief. We can get the company route, which is quite useful. I think, there we go, company route uplink is done, so we got all of that in straight from SimBrief, which is quite useful, instead of having to work out the flight plan and whatever else. So we've got the init page in. If we go to the next page, we can see all the other good stuff. All the block fuel we need to go and do. We need to do that in the EFB as well, and the flight plan should be in as well, which is quite good. Yeah, Dr. Moose, hopefully I feel a hell of a lot better today, to be fair. A hell of a lot better. I thought I was that much better that the COVID might have gone after a few days, but if you can see, where's it at? Still nicely with a positive test. However, let's go back to here and see what other trouble we can do. If we go to ground ops again, load sheet, that's where we do all the configuration for the fuel and stuff, I believe. So according to our flight plan, we need to have at least, to get from Newcastle to Gatwick in this, we need 14 tons of fuel. So if we go into fuel on board and we'll just type in, let's take 16 tons. 16 tons there. What should we take with us? Let's take a helicopter. Or what else can we take? Helicopter, space station, random cargo, Airbus A380 tail. Let's take that. We'll take that with us, and we'll load the fuel and the payload. We can send that to the takeoff perf bit. And if we go into Newcastle, we're going to go from runway 25. We'll grab the ATIS. They should bring it all into here. We'll give it a second. There we go. And that should give us runway conditions dry. Anti-arch will be off. We're going to do config 15. Yeah, 15 will do the job. Aircon standard, flex. And if we go press compute, let it do all of its magical stuff. There we go. So we've got our V speeds 139, 140, 143. That's going to be a flat 15 takeoff. And we can just go and press send data, FMS, and then go back, send it to the card as well. We'll clear that off for now. If we nip over here again and grab this screen, receive takeoff company data, which is good. So if we go there, is it tact? No, sorry, takeoff approach. V speed's 3940, and I'm not sure why V2 is 226. It shouldn't be that. V2 should be 143. 143 for V2. Let's maybe just go and try that one more time, just to get it in, because that is not quite correct. Let it do this again. But like I said, this is literally the second time I've set this up. I've not tried it apart from that first time, and that was doing it all by just watching a YouTube video. Takeoff weight. Let's go and grab that. Oh god. X-plane is weird. Takeoff in it. Block fuel, we want 16 tons. Let's go and pop that in. That'll be why that's wrong. 16 tons block fuel. Landing weight 101.9 tons. And zero fuel weight. Should be in here somewhere. What's happened there? Seem to have lost a mouse. Right, we'll skip that for now. Zero fuel weight. We could actually do with that. Let's go and do the flight plan first and get rid of that. So Newcastle, we're going to go from runway 25. Gurley 3x-way departure. We'll insert that. And we'll nip down to Gatwick. Start, we're going to go in 08 rights and the Disset 1 Golf arrival via Willow. I'm going to insert that as well. Good stuff, so that's in. That's in. Speed brake test ended. That always does this for some reason. They're not anymore. There we go. So, what we got going on now? V speeds, we've got all of that good stuff in there. Flex 56, slats and flaps 15, trimmers 1.4 down. Do need to be able to somehow work this. This happened before, where you go over the screen and the mouse disappears for some reason. But when you press that, why does that come up? Oh. Yeah, it disappears. As soon as I hover over this EFB, the mouse disappears for some reason. Well, let's just have a look at this again then. Block fuel is fine. Zero fuel weight. Pop in. This is what it was earlier on. It was 118. There we go. That's set that up. That'll do the job. Anything else we need to look at? Flight plan. That's all done. V speeds are done. Init A is done. Init B is done. The alternate's going to be Gatwick. Sorry, going to be Heathrow. So that can go in there. And we turn. As far as I'm concerned, we need to go and set the QNH, and then, which is 1011, I believe. There it is, 260 feet. That's about right. We are using active sky for this, so yeah, QNH 1002. There it is, set there. 1002. We pop it on there as well. And 1002 over here. Glide slope. Don't need any of that going on. We are not going. We are not going anywhere yet, Beluga. So you can behave yourself. There we go. 1002 set on there as well. We'll go and set the speed, V2 speed, on here, which will be 1, according to these cards, V speed's 143. Then we'll twiddle that when we get up in the air. 143 is set there. We'll go back on the overhead. Make sure the APU bleed is on, which it is. External power, auto thrust systems on, pitch trim, yaw dampers, hydraulic system, and if we go a bit further up, just one last scan. IRS is all aligned. We've got all of that good stuff going on. Yo, Danny, yeah, buddy, I'll show you 2 seconds. Have the pro feeds on. That'll do. Fuel pumps are now on. And nav light is on. Strobes on. Beacons are on. I think we're about good to go. Matthew, if you want a quick look outside, here it comes. As it starts to hoss it down, there we go. Yeah, I saw your, I saw the friend request on MSFS just after. There it is. Absolutely huge beast, isn't it? Absolutely huge. However the hell that can stay in the air makes you wonder. But yeah, like I said, it's definitely worth it. If you've got X-Plane and you want to fly the Beluga, until tomorrow it's $9.99 from the Innibuild store. If you want to grab it, certainly worth it. Certainly worth it. So, departure out 8,000 feet initially on this departure. We're going to set that, and we're going to get the pushback. I think this is what you do. I've got no idea. I'm just doing this from what I saw on a YouTube video earlier on. Brake fans can go off. Auto brake max we'll have on. Runway QDM is going to be 250 degrees. Stupid mouse. 250. That is good. Constraints are on. Everything else looks good. Flight directives are on. Or they were on. There we go. Flight directives. We can again get auto thrust when we get in the air. And I reckon let's go and get a better pushback, and we'll get ourselves going. We'll get. We'll try and attempt to start these engines. You can see there's the pushback that I did earlier on. We'll do the same thing. Let's just go back there.
Alright, Captain, got the directions. Let me know through the menu when you're ready.
I reckon, my good friend, we are ready to
Great news, Captain.
ready to go.
Coming.
We will just skip through the flight plan just very quickly, just to make sure that it all makes a bit of sense. Flight plan. We'll skip through this just a second. This it. We got, there we are, down there, down to, there's the alternate being Heathrow. We will sort this mess out a bit further down on the way, but because because Disset does have a flight level 200 limit on there, not above or below a Disset, so that's not quite right. But we can change that. We are going to fly flight level. I don't think 230 is quite right. Let's have a quick look. It's actually 270 for that. So let's go here, and we'll change that to 27. And we're going to bang that in there. 270 is now changed up there. That's good. And we'll have Disset in the progress page already.
Looks like the doors and hatches are closed and we're ready to connect.
Because we will have to work out our descent a bit later on. But as far as I'm concerned, we can arm the speed brakes. We've done everything else we need to do. We have the weather radar on as well. That does work, which is quite cool. We'll have nav engaged, which is always a bonus, because I forgot that last time and wondered why it wasn't doing what it should have done. We'll have what else? Level change. That's in up. Alt hold. We'll sort that out when we get going. That can go back to map. We'll have that back on 15 miles. There we go. Cool.
Welcome aboard, Captain. Toes connected, bypass pens inserted. Go and kill the parking brake when you're ready to go.
Well, I reckon we'll kill that parking brake and we'll get out of here. Did that go off? No, it did not. There we go.
Here comes the pushback. Light them up.
Light them up, guys. There we go. Start engine number 2. Literally start that to crank A, and we'll see the N2 rising. Once we get to 20% N2, there goes the external power. 20% N2. We'll have we'll send some fuel in. In fact, that was 17% N2. There it is. We should see some EGT hopefully in a minute. There it goes. And N1. That is probably not the correct way to do it, but that's the way I've done it. That can be set to toga. There's our toga thrust at 100.7. Takeoff. With a little bit of a different auto throttle when we get going. You got toga, maximum continuous thrust, climb, cruise thrust, auto, and a flex takeoff as well. We'll do a toga takeoff just because it's fun. And flaps can come down to, we said 15, wasn't it? I think that's about there. I think that's a good start on engine 2. Let's go and hit start on engine number 1. There goes its N2. And we'll get ready to chuck some fuel in a second. Wait for that 20% to come, and then we'll hit the button for motion lotion. In it goes. EGT, and there we go. So X-Plane in active sky reckon it is raining here in Newcastle. Is it raining? No, it's not. But you can see the rain effect on the the screens. It's quite cool. Yo, Barry buddy, how's it going, mate? Speed brakes, excellent. Get it off. There we go. Right, let's we can get rid of the APU now because we have pretty much 2 good engine starts. Let's have a quick look. I reckon we can get rid of the APU can go off. APU generator can go off.
Just about done here. Go ahead and set your parking brake.
Parking brake is set, guy. There we go.
And we're disconnecting the tow. Give me just a moment.
Let's have taxi lights on. Taxi light on, that's good. We've got all the rest of those lights on, which is alright. And Like I said, this is not... I'm not used to doing any of this, so if there's anything I've missed out, which will more than likely be half of it, I'm assuming. Ignition back to off. What's that? Oh, APU gen off. Just still want that on, does it? Let's put that back on then. But apart from that, we've only got green messages on here, so I'm assuming that's not too bad. I'm not sure why the APU is still on. It shouldn't be on. It is off. Clearly off. I think we should be good to get going. I think nothing else we need to do, or that I'm aware of that we need to do. We'll just go and... I'm going to say I was going to use a checklist, but I can't get the mouse to work on there.
And
So
we're disconnected. Signal and pin on the right. Take it easy and have a safe flight.
we can do a takeoff config check just to make sure, see what we've got anything wrong. Takeoff config is normal, so that's always good. No, Barry, we haven't really done much, to be fair. All we got is a nice big Beluga. It's not often you'll see one of those in Newcastle, but like I said, for the £9 that it cost instead of the £50 for the sale it's on today, I thought it was worth having a little purchase of it. So anyway, let's see if we can taxi this thing out and see what we're going to end up with in a minute or two. Parking brakes off, and we'll get going. We'll give it some juice. Nelson, welcome, buddy. It does. It looks absolutely. It looks cool, doesn't it? Have I got the parking brake off? Yes. Right then. Yes, Barry. I was just saying before. I feel a hell of a lot better. And I got a little bit excited when I could taste some food earlier on. But I was saying I did just do a test earlier on just to see. I don't know if it's on there somewhere. You still see the... I've still clearly got it, but it's not causing me any jip at the minute, shall we say. But anyway, let's get this this thing moving a little bit. Yeah, I literally wasn't going to stream tonight. I thought I'll have a chill out night. I was going to watch the Newcastle match that's on at 8 o'clock. And but then I thought, you know what, I really want to fly this again. And it's always better flying when people are watching. So I thought, you guys can watch me make a right hash of this. So yeah, like I said, I wouldn't expect anything too spectacular when it comes to flying it or actually landing it in a base. Definitely would not expect anything. But it is a bonus that I've actually managed to make it move so far, and we don't have a takeoff config warning, which is good as well. It does. It's completely different to anything else we've flown before, isn't it, Barry? It's really something else. But it's all modelled correctly. It will give us top of descent and all that kind of stuff. We just got to figure out what to do with it when we get there. And we can, once we get up in the air and we get sorted, I'll take you for a little look through the plane itself, because you can go up into the cargo hold and everything else, which is quite good fun. We've just got to try and get this out and up in the air yet. I've still not managed. My rudder pedals in X-Plane seem to be all over the place. No matter how many times I calibrated them, they seem to go all over the place. I'm not sure why. Which causes the wings to dip when you take off, which is not what you want really. So yeah, takeoff could be a bit fun in a second. So and I have remembered to see the brakes are a little bit a little bit special as well. However. So we'll do our usual stuff. We'll come to the stop here at this whole point. We'll chuck the lights on. And we'll go and get ourselves lined up. So these don't look to anything different to the normal Airbus we fly. Landing lights, that can come to taxi. For X-Plane Barry, I have active sky running, so yeah. Apparently, I mean, I looked out my window, it's not misty or murky in Newcastle. And I'm guessing if you're in Chester Street, it's probably not either. But that is what active sky is chucking into the sim. I don't know why it is, because it's definitely not. Looking out my window, it has rained just before. In fact, it was more like hail than rain. The outside temperature says plus 8 degrees on the sim just there. So, oh, you can see houses. Cool. But yeah, this is not what it looks like out my window. We do have blue skies here as well. Right, I'm going to stop there just 1 second. Just double check everything else. They can be armed again. Auto brake can be maxed. We got nav engaged. I'm not sure what you do to set the altitude. It's got 8,000 blue. Nav is armed. Alt is armed, which is good. VS and heading are green for some reason. I'm not sure why. But they are. But I reckon... Yo, comrade. How's it going, buddy? I think we're going to go somewhere and give it a try. Let's see what happens. So if we chuck... I'm going to say we need to put 50% M1 like we normally do in the Airbus. I don't know. Could be wrong. 30%. 40%. Oh yeah, some guy. Welcome, buddy. There's 50%. Let's just chuck it into Toga. See what happens. See if we get anywhere. We don't get any FMAs across the top. See, my rudder pedals are hossing this to the right. Let's chuck that in. A lot of left rudder. Sorry, a lot of left rudder. There's V1. We're going up somehow on the wonk. There we go. We're up. I'm chucking the autopilot in now. We do want to go up though. Alt hold perhaps? No. 6,000 feet. Maybe it should be level change. Right, there's 8,000 feet. There's level change. Speed up. Flaps up. Hopefully we're going to go up or we're going to crash. Which one? Holy moly. Let's get that speed cannon. Shit. Climb. 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 Oh my days. What have we done here? Oh, it's going up. It's going up. It's going up. Jeez. That was, there you go. That was a little bit of excitement. Finally climbing. Not very fast. But we are going up. Let's whiz that to 250. See what happens there. That might help. Auto throttle's in. Nav in. We're following something. That was not the... Oh shit. That'll be why. That's in takeoff thrust. Climb thrust. That should sort that out. There we are. There's the issue. We'll let that bleed back off. There's a schoolboy error. That was a takeoff. We should have shifted. So the thrust in this, like I said, toga, maximum climb, then you got climb thrust after you're taken off. Why is that not slowing down? Yes, we know. There. Needs to pitch up. Why are we not climbing? 8,000 blue. Let's just chuck this in VS. VS. That'll pitch the nose up, that'll bring the speed down. Looks very nice, yes, but obviously I'm not a very good... I've got no idea what I'm doing with this at all. Auto thrust 250. VS is now engaged. That'll get rid of the auto speed. The overspeed. There we are, thank goodness for that. That is back in climb. So I think we're good. Speed, vertical speed, nav. It's following that. We're coming back to 250 knots. And we're now climbing away. Right, finally. There we go. If you want a quick look outside, let's have a quick look, see if we can get a flyby there. Here it comes. The gear is definitely up. Oh, it was up. There we go. Pretty cool. If I knew what I was doing. If I knew what I was doing. But it's in the air, only just. I don't think the company would have been too happy with that. So just keep an eye on what we're doing. Cool. Yo, TPX Gaming buddy, welcome along. Well, some guy, that is a very good question. There's a lot of reviews about that saying that it's not very good. A lot of reviews. There's Alt Star. It's going to capture 8,000 feet. I think. Let's just watch it capture and make sure it does. There's the level off. Vertical speed is going back to 0. There's. Oh, that's good. Well, at least we got that right. But from Gurley now we can go up to cruising 270. I think it was. Let's go and grab that. 27. Now we're here. We should be able to just push level change, and that should do it. Wizards away. Yeah, so yeah, I think there's a lot of dodgy reviews from it, but other people have said that they quite enjoy it. So I mean, I think you've got to take it with a pinch of salt. It is the 747 default cockpit. I think he's used for the insides. But we're going to overspeed again. No, I don't want to overspeed. Why are we doing that? That might be the fact that we have 250 knots. Flaps are retracted. There we go. Just grab vertical speed a minute again. I think the best way to do this is going to be in vertical speed, so that'll do. Let's just do 2,600 feet per minute. Why are we overspeeding all the time? Level change might be for when we're coming down, I guess. Nav, head and select, we've got all that sorted out. But now we can. Let's whiz that speed to 260 for now. Yeah, there's a bit of I don't know. I've not bought it just based on the review, so I'm not entirely sure what people else have said. There's other people that have enjoyed it. I'll potentially maybe watch a few YouTube videos on it of people that have actually bought it, just to see what you think before you do spend your money. Landing lights off. That can come off. That can come off. And that can come off. Well, in some sort of fashion, we are in the air. We'll speed up now as well to... So maximum cruise is Mach decimal 7. That'll take us very close to our coffin corner up here. If we look. We're going to leave it there now. 280 will do. Until we get a bit higher, we'll do that crossover where we'll turn from indicated airspeed to Mach. As we get higher up, that'll rise higher up. Dr. Move, live weather. So for X-Plane to get live weather, really, you need active sky, and this is injecting weather into the sim. Actual conditions of where we are at the minute. Partly cloudy, which I mean is kind of true. Let's go back on here. Yeah, are we supposed to be at? Where are we supposed to be at? We are heading towards Gasco, so Gasco is just slightly further up. There's Gasco, and we're cruising at 27 for now. But there it is. However, like I said, however the hell that stays in the sky is something else. Still pretty cool for, like I said, less than a tenner. It's well worth it. Here we are. We can speed up now. The higher we got, the faster we can go. I'm not sure what else we should be doing. We'll let that climb out. We will, however, we'll go for a wander into the, if we go through here, for people that like things that have been modelled, if we open that, we have a nice toilet we can go use. Don't think it works, but there is a toilet. And now if we nip through this door, this will take us into the whole middle bit of it. There we are. Get a bit faster. Can we see out this door? There's a little porthole window. But yeah, this is the inside of the Beluga. You've got stairs that go down there. I don't think you can open these at all. You can't. But we can go here and look around. And if we just quickly nip through the ceiling, here is that top part of it. Yo, Ben Austin, buddy, welcome along. Hope you're doing well. So yeah, there we are, inside the actual top bit of this Beluga. Pretty cool. And you can, once I get used to it and figure out what you should be doing, you can. This all opens up, and you can load. You can actually see the cargo being loaded in. And you come down here. I think it's down here on one of these panels where you can actually, yeah, closed and locked. You can open this up. On the outside, actually, whoops. You can fiddle with the lights, you can turn them off in here as well, if we go on this panel. I believe, yeah, lights. Lights on, there we go. It's pretty good, Dr. Moose, isn't it? To be fair, it's pretty good. Like I said, when it's on sale for £9, you can't go wrong, really. There, the lights on. If we go and switch them off again, I guess. There are lights off. And even this panel, just in the floor here, I didn't know what this did. If you click this, we can then quickly, and in a kind of dodgy fashion, nip back down the stairs, and we're back to where we started a few minutes ago, and straight through here, back in the flight deck. Just ready to watch this Andreas Becker just downloaded Flight Sim 2020, and for once it's vanished. Well, as in you can't find where it's actually been downloaded to. So there's 1,000 to go. There's 270 blue, so it's armed. Should get speed out star. There we go. Oh, it didn't set standard. That's going to cause it. Oh, not much of a pickle. That's alright. We just caught that in time. Just caught that in time. And now we can get right up to our cruising speed, decimal 70 roughly. There we go. That'll do. And I think apart from that little dodgy takeoff, actually, why don't you bring that down just by a smidge, a bit close to that red tape there. Apart from that dodgy start with the takeoff and a bit of overspeed, and I think we have pulled it back a little bit. We will just go in here because I do want to change that. If we look at the top of descent on these things, yeah, Ben doing good. I've still got a little bit of COVID, but apart from that, nothing too exciting. I feel a load better than what I did. A load better. If we nip down to Disset and go into here, it's got no limiting. According to the charts, when we fly this arrival in a bit, if we look here, Disset has flight level 200 not below and not above. So we're going to put in at altitude. There we go, just brought that top of descent back. At altitude 200, flight level 200 in there. I'm just going to make sure that Kidley, that says flight level 150 at, which is good. And the next part down after Kidley, we're heading down to Tuffos, which is 250 knots. We'll just check that as well. Tuffos below 250 knots, flight level 129, which should be fine. Holly, 220 knots, flight level 88, that'll do. Willow 70, and then down towards Midhurst, 3,000 feet. 3,000 feet of platform altitude into Gatwick. So that's looking good now. So that's sorted out the descent. So we can get rid of that. We can get rid of that. And if we nip in here again, we go to tune. We will just go and put the ILS frequency in just out the way so we don't forget. 10.9, which is 10.9 is already in from clearly when I've tried that earlier on. So good stuff. And there we are, nicely now sat along 270 for a bit. Andres, it's a pain, MSFS sometimes. I'm sure it hasn't got a clue what it's doing half the time. Once it's there, it's there. But yeah, getting this initially can be a challenge. How good does that look? There's ortho for the UK. We've got ortho for most of Europe, I think. Gigabytes upon gigabytes upon gigabytes of ortho for X-Plane to make it look a bit better than its default stuff. Do these work? Ah, that's pretty cool. They work. What we're doing with the engines wise, fuel flow. So we're using nearly 7 tons an hour at the minute of fuel. Cabin VS 50 feet per minute. Diff is 8.0. Chilly outside minus 41. We can have. We're going to have a look at the this one, not that one. This one. We click a few buttons down here. There's the engine page. You can see the hydraulics. Again, pretty much like the 320 we fly it. Blue, green, yellow. There's the ram air turbine. And the levels, you can see slightly different on all of them, which is quite nice. We have the AC bus and TR1, TR2 and the generators there. DC bus on the Airbus, they're on the same page as the DC and AC Essential bus. But there's the DC one. Bleed air, what's that doing? That's going into the packs. Only from system 1. Because there's no passengers, you only need one pack system to actually power to pressurise the flight deck. So if we go up here and have a look, you can see we've only got pack 1 on. You only need to, you just pick a pack to pressurise the flight deck. What else we got? Condition. We all know nothing in the back really because that's all cargo. 24 degrees up here in the front. There's the cabin pressure. Should we need to know about it? Fuel. There's the inners, outers, nothing in the centre tank. We've got 12.2 tons. APU obviously is off. Flight control is doing what they're doing. Doors are all shut, no cargo's falling out, and the wheels are still there, rather warm, at 110 and 135 degrees. System status is on the other one, which is normal. And top of drop coming up shortly. See what we can do in a bit. Yeah, pretty cool. Pretty cool. I don't think there's anything else. I don't know what else we need to check. Let's go in the... Oh, I can't use checklist, can I? Because for some reason, when you press enter, it brings up the air traffic control thing, which is not really what you want. I want to see, so this green where it says where it's got the takeoff weight, this green, that means it's highlighted, but I can't de-highlight it for some reason, or unhighlighted. Ah, there we go, finally done it. There we go, perfect. So we go to checklist. Let's have a quick look, see what we need to do, if anything. So before start we did all that. After start, before takeoff, we're in the air now, so that's not needed. What else up here? So approach, sign set, briefing confirmed, ECAM status is checked, altimeters or altimeters, minimums are set on both ignition continuous relight and landing elevation set. So let's have a look at that. So in here it looks like they use decision height for the arrival. So decision height, we know we're putting the barrel ref in the 320, which would be 396. The height in brackets is 200, so that's going to go in there. That'll be for the minimum call out when we get down, I assume. And we need to find the landing altitude, 203. So where do you put that then? Landing altitude, it's just under here I think, isn't it? See if we can scoot over. There is landing elevation, which we said was it 200? Runway 196, airport elevation, so 196. 200 will be fine. So that's set, we got that in, we got the decision height in, so that's two things to not worry about later. Fuel used, we use 4 tons of fuel, which is fine, I guess. The beastie and the thirsty bird. Let's have a quick look. If I get rid of that, we have a look at this. So yeah, minimum takeoff fuel is 13 tons, but total is 13. It's with the taxi fuel. So taxi out. So that short taxi in Newcastle cost us a ton of fuel, more or less. The trip is 5.6. Alternates is 1.4. Sorry, alternate is Brussels 3.6. Which we put in Gatwick up at Heathrow, I think, didn't we? Anyway. Brussels then. And we can't do anything else, I don't think, with the alternate fuel. Not now. Not now. Pretty cool. Let's have a quick look. I can't help but look outside again at this thing. It is huge and awesome. Huge and awesome. There's no way to find out. If we go to progress, 52 miles to Disset, we need to be down at 200. So we got 21 miles we need. So top of descent in 30 miles. I was hoping there might have been a top of descent kind of calculator or something that would show us how far we were away, but obviously not. Nothing in here for top of descent. We're heading to Telborough at the minute. There we are, and there's Disset, flight level 200. But I don't know. There must be a way to find out how far we were away from that. Maybe not. We just know we definitely need 21 miles from Disset to do the descent, or the first part of it anyway. And the rest will follow in some form or fashion. We'll see how we get on. If I show you Volanta from earlier on, if you haven't seen it before, my first flight in this, look at that, at almost 1,000 feet per minute. I would have broken the landing gear and everything else on there. It was absolutely atrocious. Going up again, the same issue we had tonight when we just showed it on the stream. Then I had coming out of Newcastle, far too long. I'm not sure what I did wrong again. You can see it's pretty much the same point, where I took off and levelled off at about 1,000 feet, then realised, pressed a few buttons and went straight up. You'll see it on this one as well, where they are about the same. Took off, levelled off 1,000 feet, pressed a few buttons, and eventually went up. I'm not sure what I did wrong on either of these. But yeah, anyway, down to Gatwick we went. The descent worked out quite well. Started at just about here, and around we went. Just played around a bit, tried to vector myself in a little bit, and just did a little bit of heading flying. And then the glide slope worked well all the way down. But then the rudder, like I said, wasn't set up properly, and it went a bit shit. And actually, I don't think I landed off the runway a little bit. So, yeah. It'll be interesting whatever happens again tonight. You could be in for a laugh. So, top of descent, we could use level change. I might just stick with vertical speed, I think. Might be just better for this. Don't want any more overspeeding situation. Let's pop that there where you can see it. Where we can see the stuff we need to do. Let's swing we may as well swing that round as well, because we need to. That can go there. So first part descent is coming down to flight level 200. We'll pop that in. Which is there. Now we can use VS or level change. I'm not sure what's the best to do it in, but we'll try it. We'll press a few buttons, see what happens, see which one works the best. So there it is. There's the down arrow. I'm going to trust it because everything seems to be. It seemed to work fine earlier on. There it is. So if I press this now, what happens? We should get VDEV up the side just here as well. Let's go and set vertical speed then. Ooh. The mouse in this is crap. Down, let's start off at 2,000. Let's just start there. We'll start going down. There it goes. We'll find out where the banana is and the level off. We need to be around here. There's the banana coming in. This is where we're going to level off. There's VDEV. So that second's going to be slightly high. So let's go and put a bit more VS. Let's watch that come in a bit. It's a coming. Still not quite. We'll leave it there. Just it's not going to be far off. There's VDEV gently come back up, so we are catching up the profile. It will reckon that we are 310 feet high, which is pretty good for, well, for me anyway. Ben, see you later, buddy. So 10 miles, we need to lose 3,000 feet, 3 3s are 9, so that's about exactly where we want to be. Now it's going to think that we're, now that we're low. We'll be at Kidley at flight level 150. So between Dissett and Kidley, we have, how far have we got? Yo, Brandon, buddy. Between Dissett and Kidley, we got 23 miles. We need to lose 5, so we need 15 miles from Kidley to lose that 5,000 feet. There it is. We should start level off. Nose are coming back up. Level 200 out. And there we are, leveled off. No worries, buddy. Yeah, I was gonna say I wasn't planning on streaming tonight, but I thought there was an hour or so to kill before I wanted to watch the football. And I wanted to fly this again as well, so it was a very last minute stream, even though I posted it in the Discord earlier on that I wasn't going to. It was literally a very last minute decision to try and get a stream together. So Kidley, we said we needed 15 miles from Kidley down to 150. So go and set that. 1.5. Tight infrequent ice and range, I can ignore that because we are temperature outside. It's actually -8. So it's warmed up a bit. No, sorry, -27. We're not going to get any ice on the wings at that. So we'll keep a look at VDEV. 15 miles to go. We'll start that with the vertical speed. Let's just go put that in ready. We'll try that. 17 miles, so 2 miles. We'll push the button and see if we go down. And then we've got a bit of a gap. It's a strange arrival into Gatwick. They're keeping you low for quite well. We've got 50 odd miles from Kidley to the next restriction, but we have to be at flight level 150 for these 53 miles. It's a bit. There's 15 miles. Let's go and let's go down. So if we take a look at the charts now, we're going down to 1.5, not above or below. After that, we got 51, 61. We got 68 and a bit miles before our next restriction at Willow, which is flight level 70. So 15.5. So we need 24 miles from Willow to start that descent. So let's go and grab this, and we'll go and put in progress after that. We'll pop in Willow. Willow, go in there. And we know that once we get 24 miles from Willow, so 50 miles time, that's where we can start that descent. Right, where are the lights? This them? Definitely getting a bit dark. Where do you turn the lights on? Not that one. Where are the lights? Get rid of that. Let's just do it like that for now. I'd rather be able to see where we're going. We're going to level off bang on at Kidley. And we have speed restriction 250 down at Tough Oz, so we can, in a bit, we'll start to slow down as well. VDev reckons we're going well off the scale, but it clearly obviously doesn't know about this restriction. There is speed out start 150 bang on at Kidley. In fact, we're about 2 miles early, which is good. Right guys, so we've got a little bit of a couple of minutes spare, and we'll quickly nip to the loop, and I'll be back to do this. We'll come back and do this arrival. I'll be back with you just in 2 minutes. Right then guys, let's have a look how we're doing for here now. Let's have a look where we're at. We wanted 24 miles from Willow to start the next bit of the descent. And at Tough Oz we need to think about slowing down unless we've gone past that when I was out at the loop. There it is there, we're here. We need to slow down 250 knots, so we can start doing that now. We'll drop back to 250. start slowing down. It looks like we have lost the daylight, I think. Pretty much. So yes, this flight plan now, we can have a quick look at this to see if we can sort it out a little bit. Wind plan. We head to the flight plan and we skip down here. So it's got 220 at Holly. Holly we need to be at max 220 knots, which is got, and then flight level 70 at Willow, so that's all good still. I'll keep that there so you can see what we're doing when we zoom around a little bit. And Gatwick obviously it's got a nice long runway there. It's tidy up, we don't need that. We don't need that or that. So glide slopes at 8.6 miles, and then we're coming on 08 right. So we'll just roll down to the end. We'll come off of Bravo Romeo and try and end up here by the bridge. I think will be the best place for it. It can auto land as well, which I'm quite tempted to try out, because we were going to try that in that 330 yesterday, which didn't quite work, but we could try that tonight. We'll see. So 32 to Willow now. We need another 8 miles to go, which will be down to 7,000. And we'll do that in vertical speed as well. We'll get that ready to go. We'll start at 2.6 and see how we get on with that. You can see VDev is not happy. We reckon we're 3,000 feet low, but it does know the restrictions. It knows we need to be at it needs to be at flight level 150, not above and not below. So I'm not sure why VDev is having such an issue with that. However. And we'll double check we've got the localizer all tuned up ready to go as well. And while that happens, I'm just going to get the Sky Sports page up for Newcastle. Good stuff. So 24 miles to go, there it is. Let's go and start down. There it is. Yo, Ollie, buddy, how's it going, mate? There we are. That M1 should decrease because our speed's going up a little bit. Just that, where are we going to level off then? Do you reckon? Let's have a quick look. Where do you think we're going to level off? Just around Willow. Perfect. The night time, and yeah, I mean, MSFS I quite like as well, but this is I think X-Plane it does do good night lighting, and I do have it enhanced skyscapes and other stuff installed for it. There's the South Coast. There's Yard of White. There's Midhurst. Tuffos, we need to be at 250 knots. We're a little bit faster than that, but we've still got a little way to go as well. So we could actually, we can decrease that vertical speed now because we're not doing too bad. Just try 2,000 feet per minute. We'll watch that banana float out. Willows down around here, so we can even go a bit less than that, I reckon. You can see that banana now working its way out. Let's try 1100. That's getting the speed back for that 250 knots as well. Yo, Patrice, buddy. Welcome along. I'm very good. How are you, mate? So there's 10,000 feet. We can go and get some lights on as well. Let's have those on. Let's get them all on. Get them all on. In fact, we can go a bit slower than that, I reckon. Must remember to come back off standard shortly. Let's have a look at the weather into Gatwick. Echo Golf Kilo Kilo. There it is. Q&H is 1003. It's clear. Temperature 8 degrees, which is good. So 1003 is what we want. So it's only 1 hectopascal different than Newcastle when we left. So if we were flying in the A320, I would have cut the corner by now. But I'm not entirely sure how to plan it out in this one yet. So we're going to fly the full arrival just to see. That looks quite cool. To see how we get on and make sure I don't muck anything up. Looks like we're going to turn it literally a right angle around this corner. I'm not sure how that's going to pan out, but we'll see. We're doing it down at now 220 knots, probably for that turn, I guess. We'll drop that back to 220. There goes that N1 spooling right down. Last 1,000 to go. So from Willow at flight level 70, we'll then come down to 3,000 feet pretty much. MSA is 2,100, 2,000, 3,000 feet to platform altitude, so we're going to move well above the MSA in this area as well, so we can do that. So what we're going to do is in here, we're going to put in now, put Gatwick in. We're going to go 08 right, and we're going to pop that into there. So that's got 15 miles at the moment. That's to the threshold, but we do have a few more track miles to run than that. That's 15 miles in a direct line. There is the 7,000 feet, pretty much. And here comes this turn. Right, quite a steep turn as well. So, Actually, I'm going to pop the light back on just a second. That's better. So we can see this. So flaps, first set of flaps, 15 zeros, 250 knots. So we can have a stage 1 of flaps out already pretty much. We're going to V-lock. Actually not there, we're not. A bit high for that. You can see it's not quite got on the line to Willow. That's a very steep turn for it to make. Very steep turn for it to make. And then from there, like I said, down to 3,000 feet. After that. It may just help to hit a direct now to Willow. Insert, that might just straighten that line out a little bit for it. Direct Willow, there you go, that's helped that out a little bit. Kinda. So that is not above or below, I believe, yet. So we need to be at the 7,000 feet. And there's Gatwick. There it is. Sorry, there's Gatwick. Tell a lie. That is Gatwick. But we're going to go up this way and back round again, as you can see. So we're going to come off the left now and a bit further out, back round. And this is where we're heading to. There it is. There is Gatwick. So, we got the ILS tuned in. That is all good. Final course is 078, which hopefully should be 078-110.9. 078-110.9. Just all good. And from now we can start coming down to 3,000 feet. $3,000 feet, we'll do that in VS as well. So we've done the whole approach in VS. Jeez, the mouse in here is rubbish. Just started coming down now. We'll need to be faster than that, just for the mileage that we've got. You can see that coming out now. As long as we get at to stop somewhere before we turn on our final, just there, then we're all good. Now, I don't think there's anything you need to do with arm and approach modes or anything like that in here. As we've got approach, landing config 1520, VAPS 131, MDA. Actually, can we put that in? Didn't see that last time. MDA is going to be, so it's 396. I think that is right. Not sure what else. I'm not going to press anything else because I'm not sure what goes on after that. That level off is fine for 3,000 feet, so we'll just slow it down a bit. Come back to 2,000 feet now. And let's see if we can arm Vorlock. Why can't we arm Vorlock yet? Bring our speed back as well. Let's go back down to 180 now. 180. There should be a reason why. Why can't we arm land? We've got land, so that's got the glide slope. The localizer, however, is, where's that's why. There we go. So put that onto ILS. There's the ILS, and there's the localizer there. We've got glide slope armed, localizer armed. There it is. Trying to find out 10.5 miles. We're going to level off now, slow right down to 180, and we'll get our first stage of flaps out anytime. They are commanding that turn way early. If you look, we're heading to Delta 104 Echo, which is here. It could have just flown a bit further, but it's going to fly up and do a little bit. It did this before when I was flying earlier on. I'm not sure why, but it did. Cat 2, it's got Lockstar already for some reason. I don't think that is completely right either. It shouldn't have Lockstar yet. So, auto thrust. That's lost the nav, that's why. There we go. We'll put it back into nav, then we'll arm Vorlock after that. Once it sorts itself out. Because once we hit that, it tried to get the localizer, took us off the nav, that's why it missed that. Let's go to the first stage of flaps now anyway. There we go, we'll get out of that VLS. Now we can keep the plane nice and happy. So like I said, don't expect anything wonderful on this landing because I've got no idea what I'm doing. We're going to keep it at 180 knots for now till we turn this corner. We can now potentially just give it a minute. We'll arm the Vorlock, then we'll slow back down to 160, and then we said our VAP was going to be what was it? VAP's going to be 131. So keep that in mind. Right, let's grab that again, see what it gets. It should get the localizer any minute now. So keep an eye. There it is. We should get look. There's Lockstar. There's the localizer coming in. Now we've done that, let's get the speed back down to about 160. There we go, and we'll get the next stage of flaps. We'll get rid of that for now, so we can see what's going on. There it is. There is Gatwick. Let's go with flaps to 15. 15. There's a glide slope. What we can do, we'll arm the spoiler. Auto brake. Shit. Completely missed the glide slope though. The glide slope is not quite ready to meet us yet, was it? We'll leave it there. We're definitely on the localizer. 160 knots. Like I said, this is not going to be the prettiest arrivals, I don't think. Let's get the gear down, and we'll have a bit more flappage. Definitely have an issue with this mouse. When starter's going down now. Yeah, I'm not sure why we haven't caught the glide slope, but we completely missed it. And we're probably going to be far too high, I think, as well. This is not a stable approach. No way. No how. Just see what we can do. 3 miles out. 3 miles, 1,000 feet is not far off. Not far off. Yeah, that glide slope did not do anything to help us out at all. Oh, flaps full. Why not? Doesn't look far off. The pappies aren't. One red, 3 whites now.
Glide slope.
Yeah, glide slope. We know. It's got the.
Sink rate. Sink rate. Sink rate.
Yeah.
Sink rate.
It's doing fine. Let's see what happens here. Glide slope is doing its job, which it is now. Right, autopilot's out. I'm going to try and get this on the ground. What do you reckon? There's the flare. Shit. Right, anyway, we're down in some sort of fashion. That was not, like I said, not a stable approach by any stretch of the imagination, but we did make it down. I don't even want to know what that landing rate was. However, needs a bit of work, I think, on my part to figure that out. Like I said, I'm not sure why the glide slope was all over the place. But yeah, for the first look out in the Beluga, it wasn't too bad. We will have a look at the Volanta and the landing rate as well in a minute or two. But like I said, for $9.99, it is not to be sniffed at. I would grab it. If you do have X-Plane, then I would certainly recommend you go pick it up if you do like that kind of stuff. I'm not sure where Beluga would actually park in Gatwick. Brakes are dodgy. But I think we'll go and pick a stand just over here for now and have a look at what we're doing. Let's get the flaps up. We'll do the armor spoilers. Just going to take this first one on the left here. 145 will do the trick. Barry 4404, Jesus. I mean, it is a heavy airplane, so I wasn't going to expect, even if I did get it right, I wasn't expecting a buttery job. I thought it would be quite high, but yeah. But that is half of what I did earlier on. Is half of what I did earlier, so it's 50% better. Right, let's stop there for now. We'll put the parking brake on. Let's have a look at what we've done. It wants fan brakes, brake fans even. But yeah, there we are. We are in Gatwick. The plane is in one piece. We're parked up quite nicely too. It looks awesome. It looks awesome. Let's go jump back in a second and see if we can turn it off at least, and put it to bed for the night after we caused it a bit of damage on the way in. So what do we need to do to turn it off? Why are we still going forward? Parking brake. There we are. Approach, landing, after landing, parking, APU bleed as required. Right, let's go and get that on. APU bleed. Let's go and get the APU on. We'll give that a second, give it a start. There it is, APU generators on as well. So we have that going. engines off. Would make sense. So I'm assuming what we do is they're at idle, engine 2. We'll turn that off when the APU just starts up. Maybe we'll get some ground power as well, perhaps. EGT for the APU there is firing up. APU is available now, so let's go and cut off engine number 1. So that's that done. So yeah, what else we need to do? Autopilot, diff press, check 0, light signs as required, fuel pumps can now go off. Fuel pumps and window probe heats off. Which are these ones? And parking brakes and chocks as required. So let's go and get the chocks and we'll put it to bed. Ground ops, ground services. We'll have the chocks, and I think that'll do. There we are for the first little trip in the Beluga. I hope you guys enjoyed watching me. I told you it wasn't going to be pretty. I hope you enjoyed seeing it for its first time, at least on our channel. Down to Gatwick. Let's grab Volanta and have a look. Let's go here. Flights, and let's have a look. Newcastle Gatwick. Minus 400. I mean, yeah, it's could be better. But like I said, for the first, like I said, literally the second time I landed that time. Let's have a look at that approaching. It wasn't too bad. This last bit kind of let us down, where it didn't quite get the glide. So it's kind of picked itself up, leveled us off, and then got us down again. Where did we land? Still inside the touchdown zone. 1.6 G. Landing speed 127. We should have been about 136, so not too far off. We burned nearly 7.5 tons of fuel, and flight time 58 minutes. So it was pretty good. I think I enjoyed it, to be honest with you. And this is freeware. Honestly, this is origami scenery for London Gatwick for X-Plane. It looks rather cool as well. If we would go up in the air. Oh, not that one. We'll go back outside and look at this Beluga again. There is Gatwick. Looks rather nice. So guys, I hope you enjoyed that little look out in the Beluga. Like I said, it was a last minute stream. So yeah, I am going to fly this again. It will be coming back out for a stream. When I'm not streaming, I will be practicing landing this thing as well. So possibly tomorrow. But tomorrow, what's happening tomorrow? It's Saturday, isn't it? So we'll have a look. My wife's back to work tomorrow, so I can look after the boys for a bit. So if we do get a stream, it'll be towards kind of 7 o'clock, 7:30 tomorrow evening. If we do get one going, well, I will post in the Discord. If you're not a member of the Discord, hit ! Discord in the chat. That'll get you in there, and you'll find out when we're flying next, what we're flying, and when we are actually doing it. So yeah, guys, thank you so much for coming out tonight to check out this the Beluga flight. Barry, Ollie, Brandon, Ben, everyone else who joined in, TPX Gaming, Matthew, Dr. Moose, Airdog. Guys, thank you so much for coming along. It's very much appreciated. Stops me getting bored and talking to myself as well. But yeah, guys, I will see you all in the live stream, hopefully tomorrow evening around kind of 7:30 UK time, and we'll see what we're going to fly. I was going to stream the CRJ as well, so we have that to look forward to, but that went just before I go. I will show you that went a little bit tits up. This one, Air Nostrum. I flew from Madrid earlier on. Should have gone into Palma, straight into 06. We ended up going over here, around there. Yeah, still in the nil barrier. I just checked it. Hi, just checked it. We ended up going over here, then back out of here, then back in again. Then it didn't get the glide slope, then it did, and then I dumped that on the ground. Minus 567. So that could be a good laugh if I stream that one shortly as well. But yes, anyway, I'm going to leave it there, guys. Like I said, thank you so much for coming out. And I will see you all in the live stream very, very soon. But for now, take care, and I'll see you all later.